Got a 2007 stretched out. Peter built a new 3406. The cat likes a pull flying down the Interstate 13 on the stick. I got a stack of paper logs like we used to use yesterday when we still drove our trucks with pride. But now they cut back, my horse has got an E-log on the dash. Now I'm always running behind.
We don't want a bad side.
We don't want a bad side. All right, guys. So we're starting our series of interviews here, and no better place to start than CSR's. What is CSR? Customer Service Representative, I think. Did I say that right?
Customer Service Analyst.
Analyst. So it's not even CSR, it's CSA. That really,
CRA.
CRA. Okay, it sounds too governmental-ish. So anyways. So these are the back office people that when we hear it as drivers, we're going, oh my gosh, how come they're taking so long? So we're here with Kristen Baxter.
Hello.
And she's here to explain to us, or we'll see what goes on in her everyday life, while people around her make fun of her
They are laughing at
and
me.
make faces. I singled her out over I don't know how many people. As you can see, there is a lot of them. This is not just a one-person job, but how many people are roughly in this department?
In this department, there's roughly, what do you say, Alma? There's 40 customer service? More than that? Maybe there's 60 or 70.
No, so
customer service.
that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I've noticed now there's more than just one department in customer service. There's multiple departments. So depending on what freight you have or what division you're in.
Yeah, different commodities. So you have the Walmart commodity, which will basically just be Walmart, anything Walmart. You have retail, your TJ Maxx, your Sears, anything like that. Home goods, we do 3M, Georgia Pacific, Samsung, Whirlpool, things like that. Food and beverage. Our food and beverage will do Anheuser-Busch. They do Conagra, General Mills. So you've got a different commodity there. You're going to have your customer experience. Customer experience does all your onboarding calls with new customers, recent customers. Then you have your freight analysis all the way back there, which books all your freight.
So depending on what your issue is or problem, it will depend on what department
Right,
you get
you
thrown
have
to.
automotive that do all of your tires. And your
Hi.
Hello.
Just thought we'd throw that in there.
We just have Natasha walking by. She'll say hi when she comes back. So your automotive is all your Bridgestone and everything like that. And Natasha will say hello. Again.
Hello, Natasha. This time at least we know her name.
So just depending on the commodity you're hauling is the different customer service rep you'll get.
All right. So what are some of the biggest issues you run into on a daily basis? What's your most common issue that you have, let's say, driver related?
Well, it varies. Right now we get a lot of drivers taking extended breaks, which is understandable. I oversleep too. We all do.
Meaning for late deliveries?
Late deliveries or late pickups. A lot of other issues we're having is getting pickup numbers, because I know you guys need those. So
What about wrong pickup numbers? Now,
we get wrong pickup numbers. It could be that the customer sent it over wrong, or we keyed it in wrong. So it's going to all depend on which way the load comes over. If the load comes over EDI, it could be that, which is electronically done by the customer, it could be they keyed it in wrong. If our freight analysis team does it, it could be they keyed it in wrong.
it could be all kinds. So what I'm getting to is when we all complain about that we got the wrong information,
Could be one or the other.
it could be many different people who are involved.
It could be. It could be us. It could be the customer. So it just depends.
And by the way, guys, we're allowing Kristen to keep working here, so we're not going to show too much what she's doing. She does have a job to do.
Trying.
So if any of you are getting any late information on your Qualcomms right now that work for Celadon, it's because of me.
Because I'm holding up because I'm not getting my job done.
Yeah. And as you can see, she's got multiple screens going here. That's another thing. If it's not one screen, I'm lost. And she's working on a 3M customer right now. And we won't show the information because we don't want to get in trouble here. But
Look at then. There's Micatron.
Oh.
Look, he
gave us a dirty look.
look.
He gave us a dirty. He's going, what the heck is going on here?
He's like,
So we're just going to sit here with Kirsten a little bit. Kirsten, I keep saying Kirsten. I don't know why.
You know what? I've been called worse.
As long as you're not late for dinner, right?
That's right. I've been called a lot worse.
So what are some of the issues you have with customers? that cause
customers-
problems down the.
The customers sometimes they'll send bad pickup information, wrong pickup dates, wrong delivery locations.
Don't mind the gap, guys. She's working. You can see she's.
I am sorry. I'm kind of.
Nope, that's quite all right. So you can see, guys, they don't even stop for me. Okay, they just keep on chugging along here.
Going. I know you all want to see this pretty face, but come on.
And again, reading these screens, guys, is, you know, we see our Qualcomms, and I'm just gonna, is it all right to do a quick flash of the screen?
Yep.
Okay, so there's nothing important on here, but as you can see, there's a lot of information there, and I wouldn't even know where to begin to see what is what here. So
You're like, what is that?
There's a lot going on, and there's going to be a lot more that you're going to see in later videos with dispatch and whatnot, but
Yeah.
there's so much more to this than just picking up a phone, writing it down on a piece of paper, and saying, here you go.
Yeah, 'cause here's all your messages that you see.
Yeah.
So this is all the information you see, and we can see it too. So we could see what your DM is sending to you. We could see all that.
So basically, when there's a problem that comes across Qualcomm, the DM forwards it to you, and then you
sometimes
look
they
at
will.
it
Well,
here.
sometimes they will forward it. A lot of times they'll forward it via email. Hold on.
The wonders of computers.
Yeah. 9 times out of 10, a DM is going to send what they're sending. So let's just say this is the driver's ETA on my load. Sometimes this driver manager will just copy and paste this to an email.
Okay.
And they'll tell me, here's your driver's ETA.
Okay, so basically what goes on here is you actually monitor the loads as they're going to,
Correct.
because you have a set customer base that you manage, if you will.
Correct.
And so basically, even though we don't know that you're watching us, she's watching
We're
us.
watching. Yes, we are watching.
So customer service is watching all the series of.
Terry's like,
And,
"That's
okay,
right." Terry's-
breaking video.
What?
No, because you're on video. Say hello.
Say hi,
Hi, Terry Livingston.
Jerry. Big Rig Talk on YouTube.
On YouTube.
That's one question.
Okay, we're turning this. This
quickly.
actually we turned it back on because this is really good. It has to do with us.
If you have a window to pick up,
Ooh, let me hold the camera
say
straight. There we go.
8 to noon or 8 to 3, a lot of them choose 3. Why is that?
Laziness. My personal philosophy is get it there as early as I can,
Right,
provided it's within a window that I can get it there.
right.
Let's say you put, like you said, 8 to 3, but depending on when we actually left with the load, sometimes we have to push it to its maximum to get it there.
Right.
Whether it be because we know in advance we're going through, let's say, Chicago or Atlanta or some major cities are obstacle to get through, where we know normal travel time for that mileage is going to be an hour, but because of the city, the time of day, you know, our delivery, let's say, is early morning, well, now we got to deal with morning hour, rush hour traffic.
Right.
So that's going to add time to our thing. So a lot of drivers, what I do is when I do my ETA PTAs, I'll put the latest amount of time possible. So you're giving me till 3, so I'll put 3. That doesn't mean I'm going to be there at 3.
Right.
I'm still trying to get there early, but, and I hate to say this, guys, and you guys know it's true, a lot of guys, if they're given too big of, and I know that's why Celadon adopted giving earlier times than what the actual window times are, is because drivers will wait till the last very possible
Yeah.
second to get it there.
I think that's more aggravating to us here than anything.
It makes it hard to, I guess, plan and let customers know that
What exactly?
where
Because
their
a lot
freight
of
is and
times
what's
if
going
you
on.
get there, say the closing time is at 3, and if you get there at 3, they're not going to load you or unload you because
Yeah.
that's their quitting time.
Now, in the driver's defense, I would like to see more in the comment section as far as updated information saying customer closes at 3, will not receive you after 2:30.
Okay.
So, you know, or telling the drivers, you know, try to be there earlier, first come, first serve basis,
And I
you know,
that
general
we're
waiting
trying-
time.
We're trying to upload those comments because what we found too is there's quite a few drivers that won't look at any of those comments.
Yes, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
I used to skip
So,
right through them
yeah.
until I realized that there is actually,
A comment.
because it starts off order number, PO number,
Right.
and so you think, oh, well, that's all that's there. I already have that information.
Yeah.
And
So-
not realizing if you scroll down, there's actually more
And I know you
information there.
guys get a ton of information on those.
And sometimes it's information overload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I can see that.
I think, yeah, the reason a lot of drivers go to show up late is because of laziness, but most of us will give ourselves the extra window just in case we run into traffic. So if we say, yeah, we'll be there at 3, but then we show up at noon,
Right.
you know, maybe there should be more emphasis put on guys updating as they go.
Okay.
But sometimes that's not always possible either.
Well, if you're
'Cause
driving,
It's hard
to,
when you're driving to find a spot to pull over.
Right.
But a lot of times what I do is if I have a window from 11 till 3, I'll be there 2 or 3 o'clock. But I'll actually show up as we
I'm
get.
gonna be on YouTube,
Oh, there's
Mark.
all kinds of people going by here.
Thanks for the info.
So I hope that helped a bit, but
Yeah.
it's good to know that you guys get aggravated by that
Yes.
too. So
Yeah, because then you guys have to end up staying the night, or and you have to find somewhere to park your truck, and because
yeah, because it's not always possible to get a
Right.
reload at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
Right, there's some that will. Yeah.
All right then. All right, so that's added to it. And she's working on emails here. So anyways, guys, back to
chats. We have a chat.
oh, so now she's getting all kinds of information going. What are you doing over there?
We got chats.
Yeah.
We've got
And okay, this will be unedited, everyone. So
It's fine. It's all good.
just to show you, this is not rehearsed. This is not any kind of commercial or plug for anybody. So now you guys found out what one of CSR's biggest peeves are. What's another pet peeve that you guys have with drivers?
I don't know, Carrie. What's another pet peeve we have? She's thinking. She's got.
She says, "Oh, where do I begin?"
What are some other pet peeves we have? That from drivers.
That makes your job difficult.
That makes it more difficult.
That drivers are not doing.
Jen.
if they're not nice to the customer,
Yes.
That's a big one.
You guys got to remember, a lot of times, if there's an issue with the customer, you guys got to keep it to yourself. Put the message in the Qualcomm.
Yeah.
Let somebody else deal with it.
Try to be as nice as you can. Sometimes they may say we have an appointment and they're going to be late. The customer may be mad because we're going in there late. Just keep your cool. Go in there with a smile. I'm sorry, apologize. Then they're fine.
It's all about customer service, right?
all
Because
about-
without them, we don't have the miles to
We
drive.
won't have you guys won't have the miles.
they're
Yeah.
our voice.
They are our
They are.
voice.
Yeah, we're the front line,
Yes,
so.
you are. And without them, they represent.
Do you ever get any complaints from the customers calling you saying your driver was a total idiot?
Yes.
Yes, we get
Oh,
complaints
yeah.
saying that never let this driver back in our lot again.
And that's because of poor attitude?
Yeah. Attitude, fighting with another driver, arguing with them.
So the important thing is customer is the front line. Without them, we have nothing. So
Have nothing you guys.
be nice. As hard as that may be,
It's hard,
and
and it's
as
hard.
big of a jerk as the customer may be towards you, be nice.
I have found since I worked here, though, that I have more respect on the road for drivers.
This is good.
Yeah. Because I know it's not easy for
It's
you guys out
not.
there.
Yeah, it's definitely challenging, especially going into customers. It's almost like going in with a blindfold
It really
because we
is.
don't see the information that you have. We only see. We were told to come in here to pick up this load. Why aren't you giving us this load now? Okay, we're going to turn the camera off here. So now that the phone call's done and a lot of jibber jabber off camera has gone on here, we have another item that is aggravating to CSRs, and I know a lot of you guys will try to debate this one, but
Refusing loads.
refusing loads.
Right.
What are some of the excuses you're given for drivers refusing loads?
Well, we don't know really the reasons. We just hear the driver refuse. That's what we hear from the driver manager.
Now, is it
We don't know why.
a lease op or is it a company driver that's refusing?
Well, most of them are going to be your.
Because the lease ops are told they have the option to
Right.
refuse.
And we don't understand because they'll be good miles.
But
What-
if the revenue's not there, I think is what the.
Well, see, now I know Celadon has a different pay option than what we do in Canada, but the way I look at it is location. You get a lot of guys that don't want to run the Northeast. You get a lot of guys that don't want to run the Rockies. A lot of guys that don't want to run the Deep South. They don't want to run into Canada or even close to the border. So I think that might play a factor into it. Areas that they just, for whatever reason, they don't want to go. I know for me personally, and when I run the Northeast, I get aggravated, and therefore I'm not doing my job properly because I'm aggravated the whole time.
Right.
So I'm not going to be productive just because I don't want to be there. You keep me central, deep south, even southeast, doesn't matter at that point.
What's a perfect load for you? What's a perfect load for a driver?
Perfect load is for a driver is where he can get into the customer, spend 5 minutes, leave, get to
What part of the country? What part of the country?
I'm just playing with them. It varies for driver to driver. For me, I like to run the central US. Central Canada, central US. So, but every driver is different. I know drivers that like to only run the Northeast. They don't ever want to leave that area because it's close to home. It varies from driver to driver. I just don't like running the Northeast. Anything north of Jersey and east is because it's not trucker friendly. And that's why I don't like running it. It's not because of the roads. It's not because of the climate or the location. It's not driver friendly.
Right. It's not even car friendly.
It's not. Yeah, it's not even car friendly.
Right? That's
Mostly
very
not trucker friendly because they don't have truck parking, or what truck parking they did have is closed, which makes it very difficult to plan going into someplace and getting out, because if you don't have any place you can park, it makes it very difficult to get in there. So a lot of drivers you'll find will hate the Northeast.
And I see that a lot.
I don't like California. I call it the communist state, just because again they're not truck friendly. Yes, they have lots of truck stops. Truck parking isn't necessarily the issue. Just everything California does is against truckers. So
That I see a lot. Yeah.
so why do I want to support a state that doesn't want trucks and blames everything on trucks? It's not against the company or the load. It may be good miles, but it's just,
So are the cops worse in some states?
yes. In some states, the DOT, the state police, they purposely go after it. And some drivers just, for whatever reason, they just don't want to go to those states. So each driver is different.
Yeah.
I can see that.
All right, guys. So we're gonna
There to video.
we're gonna wrap this segment up here with CSRs, and I'm gonna ask one final question, and that question is, what is the biggest improvement that you guys would like to see with drivers? What is it that's going to help you do your job the best to make things run smoothly as far as your end goes? What can the driver do?
Like Terry.
On time deliveries?
On time. So paying really close attention to your
Very
delivery
close.
windows.
Yes.
Right.
And how's that going to benefit both you and the driver at that point?
Well, it'll benefit the driver getting miles, getting money, benefit us and the customer, benefit Celadon by making money and getting that customer to have a better rapport with us to get us more freight.
So that we can get more freight
you
out of
get
them.
more freight and more miles.
So the biggest thing is get that load there when you say
You
you can get it there and on time.
I have a customer who that means everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what, like my 3M.
On time delivery.
3M.
I know 3M is very, very
Yes. So 3M.
picky at getting it there on time.
you
I do
get
a
it
lot of
there
that.
And the more confidence they have in us, the more freight they'll give us.
And I have a customer, LG, and they are adamant that we be on time. If not, then some of their customers will fine them based on how much the load is. And it could be $15,000 they get fined if we don't deliver on time. So it's very, very important. And they're like, if you can't deliver on time, then you shouldn't accept the load. So then they push back on us.
So guys, you heard it. The biggest thing is get your loads there on time.
Much respect for the driver that is their first priority.
Okay, we were interrupted by we're not sure what that was.
It was the operator.
It was a voice from the ceiling.
Much respect for drivers that get our loads delivered on time.
But we understand you get sick. We understand things happen. But the better, the more communication we have, the better.
So guys, if you're going to be late, let them know
Wave down.
early.
You'll be on YouTube. Oh, hi.
So as you guys can see, there is a whole other world to trucking in Celadon than just us in the truck and our dispatchers. So get it there on time.
You'll be
And thank you for everything that you do.
Yes,
We
thank
greatly
you.
appreciate it.
Tell me it's for safety, but I'm way below the limit, 'cause they taking all my power away. I'm cut back so slow, when a bug hits my windshield, it says get the hell out of my way. Now my stretched out Peach, she looks good at the truck stop.